Yo, what is up, guys? You got Illusion here, finally, with my NPL Minors Week 1 team builder. It's here, guys. It's crunch time, and our first opponent is... It's a tragedy. We're facing II, coach of the Connecticut Cobalians, a guy I know very well. If you're just coming from my channel and you don't know any context of the situation, II is basically my partner in terms of running this channel. Trick of Eye is a shared project between the both of us, and we both upload on this channel. So we've been friends for like around a year, and we mock and play each other a lot. So he has a good feel for how I play, and I have a pretty good feel for how he plays. But what usually happens is II tosses me. I would say II wins 90% of the games versus me, and I sometimes manage to squeeze out 10% of the games. But yeah, so it's gonna be a rough one. We both know each other pretty well. We're friends. We're on the same channel. We upload to the same channel, so it's bound to be a doozy. And the team matchup is over here on the sticky notes. Over here on the left is my team. If you want to know more about it and why I picked the mons that I did, go ahead and go watch my team builder. My draft analysis in the channel. But on the right, we have II's team, and he has some threatening Pokemon. In particular, I'm scared of Manaphy, Latios, Dugtrio, Mega Aerodactyl, Cobalion Heat, Rotom Heat, Cobalion, and then after those threatening six, in which any of them could come, he has some very big sleeper threats in the form of things like Sneasel, things like Alolan Ninetales, and things especially like Lanoon. If you've watched me before, you know that I have a lot of respect for Lanoon, and have caught a lot of W's off the back of Lanoon's Belly Drum Extreme Speed. So this is not a team to be trifled with, and I try to build a team of 6 that could deal best with any sort of build that he brought. So first and foremost, the Pokemon that I have is Dougal the Tapu Koko. Shoutouts to my man Dougie, friend of the channel, and he's been in some of our videos. But yeah, so Tapu Koko is a mon I really like in this matchup, just for the fact that it outspeeds almost everything naturally outside of Mega Aerodactyl, and its stabs, electric, and fairy is unresisted from II's entire team. So he has nothing that switches well into the combination of Thunderbolt and Dazzling Gleam. And this Tapu Koko is also my main Manaphy check. This speed outspeeds... what is it outspeed? I can't quite remember. Oh yeah, this speed outspeeds Dugtrio. So Dugtrio is a huge menace in team building. Able to trap a lot of mons on my team. If you look at it, Tapu Koko weak to getting trapped by Scarf Dugtrio, Infernape as well, Empoleon as well. Even things like Mega Heracross can get trapped by Dugtrio if he brings like a Banded Aerial Ace. So my team does not appreciate Dugtrio, so I had to build around it. And how I built around Dugtrio with this set was Sugarberry. So I have Volt Switch, Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt, and Roost. Volt Switch grabs me momentum versus a lot of his team, and foremost, it actually, one thing I really like about it is I can Volt Switch on the Manaphy, and if he's Wakanberry, I can get out of dodge before it kills me, and still have my Tapu Koko. Thunderbolt and Dazzling Gleam are just really good stabs. Dazzling Gleam hits everything that Thunderbolt doesn't, and it's super effective against Latios. So Sugarberry serves the dual purpose of checking the trio if he's a Scarf variant, and more importantly, I believe, is the fact that it checks Mega Aerodactyl very well. My team doesn't match up. Well at all versus Mega Aerodactyl. It pretty much beats my entire team outside of Slowbro, and it's a huge menace. And it's the main reason why I couldn't bring mons like Mega Heracross, because it would always be able to pressure Heracross out. And if he had something like Toxic on my Slowbro, it's just not a good time. So that's why I brought the Sugarberry Tapu Koko with this moveset. Like I said, Volt Switch got me momentum, Dazzling Gleam, Thunderbolt, or the stab. Roost, I can heal up and check certain mons a lot better. So next I have Mayo the Slowbro. Shoutouts to Mayo as well. So Mayo is my defensive check to a lot of his physical threats. Things like Cobalion, things like Mega Aerodactyl, things like Donphan, things like even Dugtrio. So yeah, this thing checks a lot of his Pokemon, and I have the moveset Scald, Ice Beam, Slack Off, and Toxic. Over Toxic, I once had Fire Blast to hit Cobalion and Ninetales better. But after running some matchups, I found that Latios was too much of a threat, and Ice Beam didn't do enough versus a Calm Mind variant. So I slapped Toxic on there. Skull Beam, Ice Beam pretty much hits his entire team perfectly. And if I can get some burns off against critical Pokemon like Cobalion and Mega Aerodactyl, I'll be a happy man. These EVs, so this Spadef investment lets me tank a Life Orb Draco Meteor from Latios pretty well and slack off, and then I can fire off Toxic, Scalds, or Ice Beams. So yeah, this is going to be my pivot into his Mega Aerodactyl, which, like I said before with Tapu Koko, really dunks on my team. And once Slowbro gets Toxic, it's pretty much not going to be that good of a Mega Aerodactyl tech. It's pretty much going to have to be a pivot with Regenerator, recovering my health over and over again. But yeah, I need Mayo in this matchup for the Mega Aerodactyl and to an extent Cobalion and Dugtrio. And yeah, hopefully it puts in work. Next, I have a very interesting set with Soup the Hydreigon, Chilanberry. Now, if you don't know what Chilanberry does, Chilanberry has the damage from a normal type attack. And you may be asking yourself, what is that? What does that do? Why would I have Chilanberry? The answer is that Hydreigon takes a +6 extreme speed after rocks due to Chilanberry. And what this allows me to do is not completely lose to Linoone, because you may think something like Slowbro, my Phys-Def Slowbro, would be able to beat Linoone, but no, if he has something like Throat Chop, Seed Bomb, or even Return, Slowbro gets sent to the Shadow Realm, and then everything else on my team just dies. So yeah, I need Chilanberry. Otherwise, if he brings Linoone and gets a Belly Drum up, which is very easy with things like Aurora Veil and Z Memento from Latios, I pretty much lose the game. Defog, Roost, Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse. So Draco Meteor OHKOs Linoone from full with this max special attack, modest investment. Even if he's like max HP, Draco Meteor KOs from full. Dark Pulse is just good stat that doesn't drop my special attack. One thing to note that I'm a little wary of is that I can't really hit the Alolan Ninetales that well. But I think I need my stabs to hit everything else a lot better. And I can pressure the Alolan Ninetales with Dark Pulse. It doesn't appreciate switching in well for it. And I have a way to take advantage of II trying to set up the Aurora Veil. So Defog is just to remove hazards if I need it in an emergency. And Roost is the heal up. If this ever gets too low and he has a Linoone, I pretty much lose the game if he belly jumps up. So I can't allow him to ever get too low if he has a healthy Linoone in the back. Next, I got a very interesting set, another interesting set. So I have Crypto the Staraptor, my boy Crypto. So what this is a max HP, max speed Scarf set, and the whole gimmick of this set is Final Gambit. And if you don't know what Final Gambit does, it basically deals Staraptor's entire HP to a Pokemon, and with this max health investment, I pretty much lead this Pokemon, I Final Gambit, and I get a kill. And depending on what's on his team, that would be very, very useful. So, just to put things in his perspective, Staraptor doesn't have many good switch-ins, but he has things like Rotom Heat and Mega Aerodactyl that can switch in once or without rocks up. But if I Final Gambit those on the first turn, I pretty much get rid of two pain in the asses that I really don't want to deal with. So yeah, that's a gimmick. Lead Staraptor, Final Gambit, and that's pretty much all it's here to do. In case that doesn't exactly work out the way I envision it, I have Brave Bird, U-Turn, and Double Edge with Reckless. No attack investment is Scarf, Double Edge, and Brave Bird is actually still surprisingly strong. So if I keep this in the back, it can actually still clean up his team. You think with no attack, Staraptor wouldn't be hitting like a truck, but Reckless Brave Bird is still strong even with no attack investment. But the main gimmick of this set, my boy Crypto's set, is to Final Gambit and kill something. Next, I have another Scarfer, Infernape. So, I have Close Combat, Punishment, Flare Blitz, and U-Turn. And what's interesting about this set is Punishment. So, a little context. Latios, like I said before when I was talking about II's team, absolutely destroys me. And one thing that kept beating me in mocks, or annoying me a lot, was Calm Mind. Latios would Calm Mind up like the +2 or 3, and U-turn wouldn't be strong enough to kill Latios because it's only 70 base power, and I would basically have to keep stacking Mons to a Latios. But with Punishment, if he sets up too much with Calm Mind, I'm not scared, because Punishment will do a hell of a lot of damage to Latios. And he has no reason to run Cobra Berry, because the way I'm hitting Latios isn't going to be with Dark type attacks. So the only Dark type attacks that I'm really going to be using, that I would really practically use versus Latios, is Hydreigon. And he wouldn't run a Cobra Berry with the Hydreigon when I can just run a Scarf Draco Meteor or something along that lines. So yeah, Punishment is my tech to deal with a Calm Mind Latios that gets too out of hand. But yeah, there's also checks Mega Aerodactyl. It's like Mega Aerodactyl outspeeds my entire team, so I need a Scarfer that can deal with it. I have a Scarfer in Staraptor, but like I said, this is a suicide lead, Final Gambit lead, and even if I didn't kill it, Brave Bird and Double Edge aren't doing that much to Aerodactyl because they're resisted. And my final Pokemon and most interesting set, I believe, is my unnicknamed Empoleon. Leftovers, Defiant, Aqua Jet, Stealth Rock, Brick Break, and Throat Chop. Now, this is an interesting set because you'd think I'd have to run Shed Shell or Sugar Berry with Dugtrio being around, but I have Aqua Jet, and if Dugtrio gets only like a little bit of chip damage on it, I can Aqua Jet and KO that. I think it only needs like 2 Rock Switch-ins, and Aqua Jet KOs it from that range with this amount of investment. And something also to note is that if I whittle down the Rotom Heat or Mega Aerodactyl very, very low, I can Aqua Jet and pick those off too. I don't think he'll be expecting a max, almost max attack Adamant Empoleon Aqua Jet. I really believe he won't expect it, and it'll catch him off guard and can nab some surprise KOs. Now, Brick Break and Throat Chop are some other interesting options. So, Alolan Ninetales, Aurora Veil, if he gets Aurora Veil up, his setup sweepers can really blow through me. In particular, like something like Latios would destroy me. Even like the Punishment from Infernape wouldn't do that much with an Aurora Veil up. So, I need to make sure Aurora Veil never goes up. So, my way of dealing with that is Empoleon. With Brick Break, I can always come in on Alolan Ninetales and break that Aurora Veil. Something to note is Alolan Ninetales can Hypnosis me, but who hits Hypnosis? And he has to be scared of something like Flash Cannon OHKOing him. But yeah, Empoleon is here to make sure the setup rocks, get some surprise KOs, and to make sure Alolan Ninetales never successfully sets the Veil up versus me. Because if he does, I'm in for a pounding. And my last move is Throat Chop. So this is my way of stopping Latios from setting up on Empoleon. From stopping Latios from setting up on Empoleon. Throat Chop hits Latios very hard with this investment. So he can't set up Dragon Dances, he can't Calm Mind on Empoleon, because Throat Chop will do a hell of a lot of damage to Latios. And that's my way of stopping Empoleon from being set up fodder to Latios. So yeah, that's my team. Hopefully we can do well. I'm counting on my boys in the NPL fan room, Dougal, Mayo, Soup, Crypto, and Jack to come through in the end. I'll be posting my game tomorrow. Wish me luck, boys, and peace.